Right, just checking my audio levels. Chris 2E0 UKH. Just put the comments in the chat, what the audio levels are like, checking I'm good audio, just setting things up in advance. Yeah, thanks. We're Pie Freak. Now, I'm looking at my screen on the live stream, and everything looks reversed. Can you see, for example, on the radio, Yesu and Anytone? Can you see it reversed? I can see it reversed. I don't like that. Can you read the word Yesu, or can you read the word Anytone? Yeah, I think it's okay. On my live stream, on the PC, it's reversed, but I'm just looking on a iPad as you guys are seeing it, and it's looking okay actually. So anyway, anyone that is new to the live stream, just please comment my looks correct from me, thank you. Just comment on what the picture quality is like, what the audio is like, and just let me know it's okay. And log in with your call sign. Everyone sign in with your call sign, please. Chris 2E0 UKH. Andy Carter, he's there. Thank you for logging in there with your call sign. So sign in with your call sign, and then I'll know who's here, because it's all about, you know, taking part. It's not about me or the radios. It's about discussing things, what radios we've got. So please sign in with your call sign. Put your name, country, and call sign in the description in the chat, please. So I've got a new system here. I'm using Windows. Let me just try and get a better focus actually. Don't think the camera's the best focus it could be. Just going to try and get a better. I'm looking at the focus on the actual radio, on the Anytone. Yeah, that's the best I can do. It's not too bad. So we've got Andy M6YMG. He's in the UK. We've got We're Pie Freak. Jason in. Yeah, Jason, you were speaking to me earlier, weren't you? Was it via? That was you I was speaking to via email, wasn't it? Jason called in with a problem. Yeah, that's correct. And I was noticing a lot of stations on TAC 310 where I could hear. Yeah, don't touch. I don't think the problem is on your radio, Jason. Don't touch anything. I think you'll find it's it's on TAC 310. So has anyone else noticed tonight on TAC 310 you can only hear one end of the conversation? I rebooted my hotspot and I noticed the same thing. Rebooted the hotspot and it was exactly the same. So, you know, in all fairness, there was nothing I could do to improve that. So anyway, everyone sign in with your call sign. We've got Andy and we've got Jason. There's 2 more people watching as well. A few more just joined us. Log in with your call sign and then we'll know who's talking. And, you know, it's all about the chat and, you know, participation. It's not about me. You don't want to see my face on air or these radios. It's about discussing things and, you know, sorting out problems. And I'm just looking on my new system. I've got the FT70, got the Anytone. Has anyone got the Anytone or the FT70? If I do this, you'll see my desktop. So Alt and F1 is my camera. Alt and F2. You should be able to. Yeah. 878. Andy's got the 878. Stuart M7STU got the Anytone 878. It is a cracking radio. It really is. It's a cracking radio. So just excuse me, I'm just experimenting with a new system where I can show you my desktop. I can show you my camera. Yep, there's the camera. And I can do a combination. I can have the desktop and the camera. Yeah, I'm on 1.11, Andy, like yourself. Have you updated the firmware? Have you got the new icons? You know, you've got the black screen. When you press menu, you've got the black screen. Have you got the black background on the icons, Andy? When you press menu, yes, done that too. Yeah, good. Because it is a bit of a pain, isn't it? There's a lot of stuff you've got to do to get it going. You've got to do it in the right order. Because I'm not sure if anyone else got the Anytone radios here. I know Stuart's got the 878, Andy's got the 878. You know, these Anytone radios, they're a little bit different to the TYTs, to the Retivis. When you do a firmware update, you've got to reset the radio. Did you do that, Andy? Did you do that? Who else was it? Stuart. You've got to initialize the radio. Just checking you guys have done that. So the radios I'm checking out at the moment, yes, and new CPS every time too. Now that's a good point, Andy. So it just reminded me. I was speaking to the beta testers for the. Yep, and then date and time. Quite correct, Stuart. It does limit you to the amateur bands. So if you're happy with the old firmware, stay with the old firmware. It's fine. Now, what was that? Someone reminded me about something. New CPS. Right. When you downloaded 1.11 for the Anytone, I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this, but the CPS software that was bundled in with that zip file was labeled up as 1.10, and that was incorrect. It's actually 1.11. Because if you do it in the wrong order, you don't get the option to reset the radio when you power it on with transmit and the button below it. If you have got the wrong CPS, it won't do that. So anyway, so a few new people, quite a few, nearly 10 people listening now on the Talking Handhelds live stream. So any new stations that have logged in, please sign in with your call sign, put your name and call sign and country. Always good to know what countries are watching the live stream, and checking my audio's okay. 2E0 UKH. So sign in with your call sign. I'll just put mine in there to get everybody started. 2E0 UKH Chris UK. So please sign in with your call sign so I know who I'm talking to. So did anyone see my video today talking about the hacked firmware? Talking about the hacked firmware on the Retovis RT82. So I did a video on the RT82. I'll just move it over here. I'm going to press Alt and F1 to get just the camera. So please sign in with your call sign. Put your call sign and name and country in the comments, so you can take part and ask questions and, you know, get help. You know, if there's no... Yeah, hi Doug. Thanks for signing in with your call sign. Doug's Brat, KE5CDK. You know, the more participation, the more questions and more information we can get out there about these radios. So did anyone see my video? I'm trying to position it. Did anyone see my video on the RT82? Right, Stuart has just put a good comment on the 878. He uses 1.10 from Moonraker. And would love to update to 1.11. Well, the anytone.de. If you go to anytone.de for Deutschland, for Germany. So I'm just experimenting with my new setup. Alt F2. Hopefully I can show you my desktop. No, it's not working. Alt and 2. Must have got it wrong. Alt and 2, not F2. Right, so is everyone seeing the desktop with all my games in the top right? So if you go to anytone.de, anytone.de. So I hope everyone is seeing this. I can't see the comments at the moment, but you want English. You want English new 1.11, and you need to download that and you need to install the CPS. It says it's 1.10, but it's not. It's 1.11, but it's not labeled up correctly. I've spoken to the beta test team and I've spoken to Anytone, and you've got to download that. And just because it says 1.10, you might be a bit lazy and think I won't put the correct CPS software in, but it's actually labeled up incorrectly. So that's where you get it from, anytone.de. So I'm just going to go back to the camera. Have you seen if anyone will be making hacked firmware? I just missed that, sorry. Yeah, Stuart's got that. Yeah, thanks, Stuart. Just trying to find that comment that Stuart made. Right, Stuart was saying, sorry, it was Andy. Have you seen if anyone will be making hacked firmware for the new TYT coming out? Andy, tell us about the new TYT. I'm not sure which one that is. If you can provide a link in the description, we'll know what you're talking about. So what new radios are coming out? There's a new, yeah, Andy's just signed in with his call sign. Thank you, Andy. Anyone new to the channel, please sign in with your call sign. Just put your name and call sign and country in the comments, and I'll know who to go back to. So what's this new radio TYT are bringing out? Andy Trawbear, have you seen if anyone would make an hack firmware for the new TYT? So you've got me intrigued. Come on, you've got to tell me, what is this new TYT? The newer one, sorry, MD380s. Do you mean the UV380, which is the dual band UV380? Because if you're on about the UV380, there is no hack firmware. Are you on about the UV380, which is also known as the Retivis RT3S, just the 440? Well, what do you mean, Andy? Do you mean the MD 2017? Because that's got version 14. I'm on version 14 on the hack firmware. I think you're talking about the MD 2017. You know, Ty Weaver is tied up with other projects at the moment. Did anyone see my WizNet? Yeah, Anytone is making a mobile, that's correct. But has anyone else noticed that Anytone is making a mobile radio? Has anyone else spotted that? Anyone else interested in the Anytone mobile radio? Because I was looking at the spec on this new Anytone mobile, and it does not mention talk alias. So I've got a feeling it's going to be like the mobile version of the Anytone 868. And then when it gets popular, they'll put the price up, and then there'll be an Anytone, the equivalent of the Anytone 878. I've got a feeling it's just like an entry level, and then when it gets popular, they'll make a bit more money and put the Anytone 878 sort of firmware on it, and it'll have talk alias. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've not seen any specs for the Talk Alias. So anyway, any new stations watching the live stream, please log in with your call sign, put your name and your call sign. And I'd just like to thank the two stations who did a super chat where you type in your message in the chat. Two stations put a super chat in, which is a contribution to the channel. So many thanks to those two. That was I don't even know where the money goes to. So right, Doug's Brat probably. So TYT did the same for the 9600. Yeah, I've never had the 9600. Never had the 9600. Yeah, I must be struggling with my levels at the moment. Junior, enjoying your show. Thanks, Junior. I recognise that name, Junior Smith. I think you've contributed before. You've been on the stream before. So I'm just trying to improve my picture quality. You know, you can't actually read what is on the screen, so I'm just going to minimize that. It's my only way to see the just minimize the background glare. Just like the UV 380 and 2017. Yes, I have been. Yeah, that's right, Junior. I remember you on the stream before. So yeah, I'm just trying to improve. I'm still learning here. I'm trying to get the live stream going, get it as good as I can. I'm just going to alter the white balance. I've just picked up a new camera. This is a Logitech 920. That could be better. I'm just trying to make it so you can see what it says on the radio, but it's a bit tricky. Perhaps you need it a bit nearer. That's better, look. Can you read what it says on the radio? And is saying on the... Oh, this is so awkward. And is saying the TYT 380, you cannot use the tool's firmware. Right, I know what you're saying. There's a new version, a new hardware version of the MD380, and yes, you cannot put the firmware on there. You're quite correct. So anyone buying a new radio, do not get an MD380, get the RT3. I've got the RT3. Where is it? I've got two RT3s. Oh, they're over here. The RT3 is identical to the MD380, but they haven't made a new hardware version. So if you're going to buy a radio, if you're going to buy an MD380 type radio, get the RT3 because it takes the HAT firmware. So I'll just take this radio out of the way. So I've got two RT3s. And I'm just going to go back to the PC screen so I can see your comments you guys are putting in there. So I'm a little bit behind on the comments. I am TY, here there is a way. What does that mean? I am Ty, here there is a way. And he said, that's the one I was asking. Yes, I'm afraid the new version of the HAT firmware on the MD38. The new hardware version, it's not possible. I think they've been very foolish. You know, TYT have come up with these new hardware versions, and without the HAP firmware, these radios are not worth having. You know, the MD380, without the HAP firmware, they're nothing special. And I'm afraid to say that's the truth. So what is it we like about the HAP firmware? I mean, I don't want to put words into your mouth. I know what just put in the comments, what is it you like about the HAP firmware? I know what I like. I don't want to put words into your mouth. So put your comments in the comment section, in the chat. What is it you like about the HAP firmware? Showing the call signs. Absolutely. There's two things for me. Showing the call signs in an easy to use way to upload it. And there's one other thing. So has anyone been, Chris Andrews, have the promiscuous mode on the RT3S been upgraded? No, it hasn't. More in line with the Anytone. No, you see, the RT3S, where is it? This is the RT3S. Just going to get it in the picture. The RT3S, here it is. The RT3S is running the same software as the MD 2017, as the RT82. It's virtually identical and it works well. And it's an old radio, it's 2 years old, so they're not going to update the firmware. So you can match talk groups, but it's not as good as the Anytone. The Anytone could be used as a scanner. So Nismore 2, what is your call sign? What is everyone new to the stream? Please sign in with your call sign and your country and your name, and then I know who I'm talking to. So yeah. So the promiscuous mode on the RT3S, it just matches talk groups. It's 2 years old. It's running 2 years old software, and they're not going to be updating it. It's a great radio, don't get me wrong, but I mean, I prefer this. You know, new radios come out, and they've got new features. Right, Andy's saying, please tell what the workaround is. Doug Spratt. Doug says he was talking with Ty Weaver this morning about this, and we have both heard. Yeah, well, I'd like to know that. I mean, I am a beta tester for the WizNet app. Is anyone interested in WizNet? In the WizNet app? WizNet is an app on Android. It's also on Windows, and it allows you to speak to people on DMR from your phone or from Windows. Is anyone interested in the WizNet app? I'm a beta tester. I've got the software on my computer. I can show you it working. If there's any interest in the WizNet app, I can show you how it works. You know, I'm good friends with Ty Weaver. He asked me to do some videos. Ty Weaver does the HAP firmware, and he's asked me to do some videos. So is anyone interested in the WizNet app, basically? because I can show you it working. I've got it on my computer. It's available on Windows and it's available on Android, but it's not available to the general public because it's beta. It's test software. And if anyone is new to the stream, please sign in with your name and call sign and country. A few stations just called in there, just logged in. So I need some comments, or there's nothing to talk about. You know, it's not about me or the radios here. It's about handhelds and DMR and digital and fusion. You know, has anyone got fusion? Does anyone use the FT70? You know, the main radios I am working on at the moment are not the 380, not the RT3. They are the Anytone, the FT70, and the RT82. So yeah, looking for questions. Just moving my radios up. So what's my favourite handheld at the moment? Well, I've lent my Alliance HD1 out, and my favourite radio at the moment is the Anytone. It's the Anytone 878 or the Anytone 868. Get what you can afford. You don't have to have the 878. Driving now, stopping, got gas. Yeah, Doug. Yeah, Doug's driving there in America. He's trying to watch the stream. He's getting some gas. So drive safely. You know, I will try and put the stream on YouTube so you can watch it later. You know, you occasionally get errors. So yeah, my favourite handheld is the Anytone 878. Trying to get it on the screen. So why do we like just do not? You see, this is live, Doug. This is DMR live. Right, this is a good look. I've seen this lots of times. Just do not get the G. What is wrong with? I've not got the G. If someone would like to send me a GD77, I would like to do an honest review of it. You know, when I receive it, if I don't like it, don't be offended if I say I don't like it. All of my reviews and opinions are honest. You know, I only ask, you know, let me just explain this thing with Retovis. I will occasionally, every 2 or 3 months, I'll ask them, have they got any new radios to send? And they will say, we've got A, B, and C, and D radios available. New ones they're trying to promote. And I will look them up. I'll look up the specifications. And if they're not very good, I will say to them, I don't want to review that. I'd rather review things I'm interested in. So for a start, things coming to me, I've done my research and I know I'm going to like them. I don't want to waste my time with radios I don't like. If I say something is fantastic or brilliant, that means they're the top radios. If I say it's good or very good, then it's good for the price. So a few interesting comments coming in. Right, I would like to test out a GD77. If anyone has got a GD77 that would like to send me one, I'll send it back to you. It's not an issue, preferably in the UK. If someone's got a GD77, send it to me and I will send it back to you. I'll do a review on it, or any radio, any DMR radio. So I've heard a lot of bad stories about the GD77. People saying it's horrible to use. I mean, that's terrible. It's honest, but it's terrible. Yeah, Stuart would have done. Right, so we're pyro freaks, Chris. I have two of them. First one of them was dead. Yeah, Stuart. Radio is good for the time, but DMR has moved on quick. It has. Stuart likes the big screen with caller ID and digital APRS. What is the attract? I don't understand. What is the attraction with APRS? You know, I personally don't do APRS. You know, and I do not see what the attraction is. So please put that in the comments. What is so good about APRS? We're 7-3, Andy. Nice to speak to you. 2E0 UKH. If anyone wants to email me, my email is 2E0UKH@gmail.com. I'm good on QRZ, so we're a pyro freaks. He bought a GD77 for his cousin, and he was having issues with it transmitting. I have the videos I can share with you. Well, I would love to get my hands on one, but I don't think it would be a very favourable review. But if you think it's bad and you'd like to see if I think it's bad, then feel free to send me one. Nismore 2 would be nice to have DMR APRS receive. I mean, I believe you can do APRS using a phone. I mean, why don't you just use it on your Android? Is it APRS Droid? You can do APRS on there. So Andy is saying, heading out. He's saying goodbye. Yeah, catch you soon on TAC 310. We're Pyro Freak. That's a really difficult name to say. I don't know what your first name is. The 10,000 contacts killed it for me on the GD77. But by the way, the GD77, someone was emailing me the other day, and it can now hold a lot more contacts, something like 45,000 contacts. So, yeah, thanks, Jason. Yeah, that's it, Jason, from the email. Sorry. The GD77 can now hold 45,000 contacts with a firmware upgrade. So join the group for the GD77. So Stuart is saying APRS is old, but I think it's coming back. I mean, it's handy in emergency situations, isn't it? You know, if you're an emergency responder. Nismore, he's saying APRS is great for locating and text messages. I mean, I can see how GPS is useful, but GPS on DMR is not very useful. It's not very useful. It doesn't show. I mean, on my Icon radio, this is a $400, £300 DMR radio. Sorry, D-Star radio. And this is the 50th anniversary edition. Has anyone got this? The ID 51. This is the anniversary edition. And I can say on here, I just bring it up to the camera, because this is the right sort of display to show on the screen. I can say DR mode. I can say, show me nearby repeaters. Now I've got no GPS at the moment, so just stand by. GPS has to cut in. I can when I get a GPS fix, I can say, show me all the nearby repeaters in my area on FM or D-Star. You know, I mean, obviously I've got this radio amongst all this electronics, and I can, you know, I can get a lot of interference. Right. Can people see? Let me just. Can people read the screen? Give me a yes or no. Can people read the screen? Yeah, Nismore too. He can read the screen. Stuart, just about. Right. Nearby repeaters. I can say, show me nearby repeaters which are D-Star, and I can say, show me nearby repeaters FM. So I'm going to select FM, and you can see there's a Corby repeater, and what is it? At the bottom, where my thumb is, it says 8 miles away. I have not programmed in all these repeaters. It's got a worldwide database, not of users, but of repeaters. And I can show repeaters. Look, there's Northampton. That's 15 miles away. I can say, show me a repeater that is in my area. So that's 10 years old. That's D-Star. That's how GPS should be implemented. Does anyone use GPS on DMR? Because I think it's hopeless. You know, that's 10 years old. The icon. Does anyone use GPS on DMR? Because it just doesn't give you enough information. You know, I've got Fusion. Has anyone else got Fusion? I've got the FT70. I've got the FTM100. Now, the FT70 does not have GPS, but the FTM100 does have it. And I'm looking at the radio at the moment, and on the FTM100, it shows you the distance that another person is away from you. So I just need a few more comments in the comments there, or I've got nothing to talk about, and I'll close the stream. So we're coming up to 45 minutes. Nice icon, nice stubby for hotspot. Will it fit on the... Well, you don't want... That is just for a node. That is not a good aerial. And so as you can see on the radio is male and the aerial is SMA female. Was it reverse SMA? So the anytone, let me just see. It's very confusing. No, it's the opposite. It will not fit. It will not fit. You'd need a converter. Right, Doug's brat, he's back. He's back with us, Stuart. But for indoor short range, well, for hotspot, yes, it's fine, but you need it on very low power. Now, if you're using a hotspot, it doesn't really matter what aerial you're using. Really doesn't matter. Hi Gadget, Malik here. Hello Malik. Is that Malik at work or is it the Malik the driver? Is that Malik the Birmingham driver? Because I don't know. The driver, yeah, thanks for logging into the live stream. We're just discussing radios and stuff, and so I'm very privileged that one of my friends at work has logged in. He doesn't know anything about what we're talking about, but he's just interested what's going on. So thanks for joining us, much appreciated. So now you were talking about aerials. You know, this is the Anytone 878, and that aerial is pretty good, right? And this one is the Icom, and this one is very poor. But I'm using it to talk worldwide from my house. The aerial on the Yaesu FT70 is pretty good, but I picked up a load of second-hand equipment, and this, I'm just trying to position it away from that other aerial. This is a fantastic aerial I've bought. I don't know what it is. Can anyone identify this on my RT3? So yeah, Malik, so when are you back in work? Is it Monday or Tuesday? I'm in tomorrow. I've got to be up at 5 o'clock, and then I'm back in work on Tuesday. So can anyone identify what this aerial is on here? And I'd like to thank the two people that put a super chat in. Where you typing in your comments, there's a $sign. Two people actually put in a super chat, and I've got to figure out how this system works. So yeah, I'm back in on Monday, so I'll be in on Tuesday. So are you coming into our place on Tuesday, Malik? Right, so anyway, this is all about participation, and anyone that's listening, please sign in the comments with your call sign. We've got Ireland on here, we've got India, we've got America, a few stations in the UK, a few stations from the Netherlands. So anyone new to the stream, please sign in with your call sign, your name and country, and we'll know who we're talking to. So just going through the comments, Wim Collette, hello, I like the GPS. If you are on the road or in a rescue, they work fine, bud. Solo, yeah. I give you info, some Dutch people. Yeah, so we've got a few Dutch stations watching. And right, I'm just going to move the camera. Not this week, I'm around Birmingham. Yeah, see you next week, yeah. So look, I've got this radio here on the shelf. And there's someone 9,000 miles away, a VK station. Can you see the, on the right, it says the miles. I'm listening to the America link. And on the right.
I don't keep a log anymore, it's all guesswork. And I seem to recognise your call sign. Down here is Ron, Romeo, Oscar, November. And
oh, this guy is in Leicester. Don't hear him. He's talking to a VK station in Australia.
Yeah, Golf 0, Hotel Lima 11, VK5 MAS mobile. Yeah, very good chance that we have spoken before, Ron, and name was Andrew.
Yeah, so that is a webcam. I'm pointing it at the Just pointing it out the other radio, and I can't see your comments. Right, so not this week. I'm in Birmingham. John McGuinness. Yeah, thanks for calling in, John. John, you're in Ireland, in Dublin. Just in about 5 minutes. Which do you use more, D-Star or C4FM? Well, to be honest, I use the C4FM, the Yaesu system. I just find it better quality, better audio quality than D-Star. You know, the D-Star is not as good quality. It's very lower bandwidth, but it's a cleverer system. It will show you the distance. So we've got quite a few people watching now. Got several people watching. I'd just like to thank everyone that's done the super chat earlier. Much appreciated. I'm just figuring out this system. If anyone's got any questions about anything we've covered tonight, or anything to do with D-Star, DMR or Fusion or FM handhelds, then give us a shout, put it in the comments. Any questions? Otherwise, I'm going to wrap it up as it's been about an hour. Martin in the UK. Do you think DMR repeaters are going to die off? No, I really don't. I really don't, because you know, real enthusiasts like myself and many people on here, I've got a hotspot for DMR, for D-Star, for Fusion, and the same in the car. But a lot of people just want to pick up a radio. They just want to pick up a digital radio and make a contact around the world. And you know, now repeaters do not have to cost a lot of money. You know, you can have an MMDVM, a hotspot. You know, I've got 2 hotspots here. Does anyone want to see what hotspots I'm using? Just give me a yes or a no. Wim Collette, he's still looking at the antenna. What hotspots setup are you running? Well, I can show you. I built them both myself. First of all, I'm just going to ask the guys watching in the live stream, what hotspots are you guys using? Are you using DV Mega, BlueStack? Okay, yeah. Catch you later, Malik. Much appreciate you watching, and I'm really honoured that you would watch, you know, and see what's going on, even though you're not into it. So, you know, you can send me an email. My email is 2e0ukh@gmail.com. And right, Andy Carter, he's back with us for a while. So what hotspots am I using? Martin, he's not doing. So Ali, it's the letters 2E0, the number 0, 2E0UKH@gmail.com. Right, Andy Carter, he's just ordered a jumbo spot. Should be here on Monday. He'll have fun setting up that. Rowan, DV Mega on the Raspberry Pi. I tell you what, Rowan, that really is one of the best hotspots you can get. And that's what I'm running. I'm running at my house. I'm running. Can anyone see that? Can anyone see the writing on the screen? I'm monitoring this on another device. So that's the, yes, Stuart can read that. You don't realise how helpful that is, because I'm pointing that at the screen. I've got no way of focusing because I'm not got it on the dashboard. So that is a DV Mega. I'll just try and get it in a different angle. That is a DV Mega on a Raspberry 3 with an XD on screen. And I've got that in, I built that myself. That's in a home case. Are you still watching us, Malik? This is my home built MMDVM. So that's a DV Mega on a Raspberry Pi, and that one up there, I've got it glued to the top of the shelf. That is a that is a jumbo spot. It's a jumbo spot in a case, and anyone that is serious about hotspots, will have a separate hotspot for each individual mode. So I've got the DV Mega running DMR, and I've got the jumbo spot running Fusion. So anyone else using hotspots? I know Rowan, he's got the DV Mega. Have you considered putting the Nextd on screen on it? It's not actually very difficult. Stuart, he's got the Zoom spot using Pi-Star. That's virtually the same as the as that one. That's virtually the same as that one. So anyway, I'm going to wind this stream up. I'm going to close this stream down unless there's any more questions or comments, because, you know, this is not all about me. This is about the hobby and experimenting and having a bit of fun. So any other, I'll just leave a pause there in the comments for any questions or discussion, and then we're at 57-minute mark. I will close down the stream and see if there's any more comments. So anyone new to the stream, please sign in with your name, call sign and country. We've got India. This was my first time commenting. Yeah, thanks, Stuart. Many thanks for watching us, the live stream. It is really... Is it that difficult to set up a jumbo spot? No, it's not. It's really... I mean, I'm a computer person. You know, I'm technically capable on a computer. Spider. Oh, I remember Spider. Hello, Chris. Daryl K4XDM. Yeah, thanks for watching, Spider. I remember you from before. It's not difficult to set up a jumbo spot, but you see, the thing is, the only tricky thing is getting the internet. Once you've got the internet, once you've got the Wi-Fi connection into the jumbo spot, it's very easy. And what you have to do, I mean, if you've got a proper jumbo spot, which is tiny, on a Raspberry Pi 0W, if you go to the jumbo spot, the Pi-Star webpage, and download the Wi-Fi Builder tool, and once you put that on the radio, on the hotspot, you type what it is. It's a tool, and you click on it from the website, and you type in your SSID of your router, the name of your router, and you type in the password, and you click on something, and it downloads a file to your desktop on your PC. And if you drop that on the boot drive of the jumbo spot, it will automatically set up the Wi-Fi. So that is, I think, the rest is just answering questions. You know, you can figure that out watching videos on YouTube. Now, me personally, this would be my best advice. If anyone's new to the stream, please sign in with your name and call sign and country. Would appreciate that. Then I know who we're speaking to. Right, this is my best advice. If you're going to use it mainly at home, take the jumbo spot apart and put it on a Raspberry Pi 2 or 3, which has got an Ethernet connection. It's got an Ethernet port, and let me just show you on the screen. This is a Raspberry Pi. That is an Ethernet connection. That is an RJ45. And if you connect that to your router with a wire with an RJ45 cable, you will be able to just plug it. You won't even need to set up the internet. You just take the jumbo spot board off, you put it on the Raspberry Pi, and it will just work. And from there, pet hate, Ethernet. Yeah, I know what you're saying, it's a pain, but it just works. Ethernet just works. It's brilliant. You know, I mean, in the case of jumbo spots, it's so easy. Just plug it in and it works. Right, mine comes from radio and it has instructions. No, you're welcome, Andy. I mean, you've got my email. You know me call sign. I'm always waffling on about the call sign at the start of every video. If you're stuck, give me a shout. I'll help you. But if you've got a jumbo spot, it's on a Pi 0W, and that does not have an Ethernet port. And that is the main problem. It's small and it's nice, but it's awkward. And I've set up this stream in such a way that I can help people and show you on the screen what I'm doing. So let me just clear a few radios out of the way. Andy, I'd like Andy to comment whether you can see my desktop. So I'm going to show you how it's done. So Andy, I'm looking at the live stream on an iPad. Right, Andy, I've got your attention, Andy, because I can only just see on small writing on my iPad. So you can see my desktop. Now, if you go to Pi star, Pi, then the minus sign, star, Pi star. It's trying to connect to mine. Pi star. Right, so Andy, just put in the comments that you can see. Can you read this on the screen? So I'm just helping Andy out here. Can you see this on the screen? Yeah, it'll get better. It'll get better because this is now full screen. It wasn't full screen. So is that any better? So on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your computer? What is your computer skills? So I'm just trying to help Andy here. So what is your 1 is hopeless, 10 is an expert. So Andy, what is your computer level? 5 to 6. Okay, that's okay. So I am on pistar.co.uk and you have got a jumbo spot coming, and that will use PiStar. Now, PiStar tools. So look at this on the screen, Andy. PiStar tools. There's a section there called Wi-Fi Builder. Can you see that? Yeah, Andy can see it, Pi-Star Builder. And if you click on Pi-Star Builder, it's actually called Wi-Fi Builder. You download that and it comes up with a little form you've got to fill in. So SSID, that is the name of your Wi-Fi at your house. So I've got two going on here. You can see I've got PlusNet and I've got iPhone. So I'm going to make one up, ABC. That will be the name of your Wi-Fi router. Yeah, I saw a comment come up about you're an amazing resource in Rutland. I'm in Kettering, by the way. Right, so SSID. That's the name. I've just given it ABC. I've just made that up. That will be the name of your router. And the second line is just the password. So let's just give it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've made up a name and I've made up a password. And when you submit it, look in the very bottom left of the screen, Andy. Can you see that appearing in the bottom left of the screen? Just give me a yes. In the very bottom left on the screen. So I'm waiting for Andy to say a yes. Yeah, you can see that. And I'm just going to just try and zoom in because I'm just learning. Yeah, I can make the web page bigger, but it doesn't make that bigger. Now, if you click on that arrow to the right of the file that is coming down, you can show it in the folder. And at the bottom is this file. And what you've got to do, Andy, you've got to drop this WPA supplicant. It sounds complicated, but you've got to drop this on the boot. Remember this, on the boot directory of your Jumbo Spot. So I would do that by right clicking and copying it, copy it, and then using your file manager, I would find the memory card of your Pi, let's say it was G, and you would paste it in the boot of it, and that will give you internet. So go to the Pi-Star website, Pi-Star Wi-Fi Builder, and drop it in there. So I'm just getting my setup back to normal. So Alt and 1. Right, so I've got the camera up. But there's a very interesting comment come up from Rutland. I'd just like to know what that was going. So I'm just going back on some old comments because I was doing a bit of technical stuff there. Spider from the UK. Are you still there, Spider? Andy Carter. He got it from Radio World. I have two. So Wim Colette. I am making a CERC, Crisis Emergency Risk Communication Set, for and around Rutland. And your info are amazing info on YouTube. Yeah, thank you very much. Is that Rutland in the United Kingdom? Rutland, is it Leicestershire? Are you in Rutland in Leicestershire? Or is that Rutland in America? So Doug's Brat, he agrees. Andy Carter, yes. Doug's Brat, 2 Nexty on screens. Yeah. Andy Carter, yes. Doug Spratt. 2 next on screens. Simon Templar. I recognise that name, Simon Templar. I don't know why. I actually do know why I remember that name, but Simon Templar, that is the saint. Is it Ian Ogleby? Simon Templar. And I recognise him from a lot of the Anytone Facebook groups. Yeah, you don't need to have firmware, very true. So, I was going to shut this stream down, but it's getting quite popular now. So, if there's any new stations just logged in, please sign in with your call sign and your name and your country, and we'll know who we're talking about. We'll know who we're talking to, and it would just make things easier. So, everyone watching, sign in with your name, call sign, country. So, it's a very good point. You don't need to hack the Anytone, do you? There are some hacks you can do. You can make it receive out of band. Andy Carter, he's made lots of notes, looking fairly straightforward. Yeah, just download that file. Answer the questions, SSID and password, and drop it on the boot of the memory card. So, Wim Colette, he's in Uppingham, UK. That's about 10-20 mile away from me. Martin, M7, MFD. So, I would just like to thank the 2 people that did a super chat earlier. Much appreciated. When you type in the contact in the comments, there's a $sign, and there's 2 people that put some donations into the channel. This channel is done from my enthusiasm for all these different radios and modes, and I get stuff sent to me, and I'm very lucky. Simon Templar, he just said he's VK3 XEM. Simon, Australia. I do remember you from the Facebook groups. Jason, he was looking at the Heil headset for mobile use. Now, who is interested in, first of all, how many people are still watching that have got the Anytone 878 or the 868? Any Anytones? Anyone watching with the Anytones? Andy Carter, yeah. Is Stuart still watching? I know Simon Templar's got one. Martin Duggan, he's got, yeah, Stuart's still there. Yeah, Brandmeister, that would be good. I have tested it on Brandmeister. I'm a beta tester for the WizNet app. I've got it on Android and on. Simon, did you see my videos on the Anytone? Sorry, on the WizNet on Android and also on Windows. Ty Weaver very kindly asked me to do some videos on the Anytone. Oh, you got to excuse me. I'm having a few drinks here. That's not blue water, by the way. Ty Weaver asked me to do some videos on the Android and Windows version. I didn't even know there was a Windows version. He's writing it in Python, and that means it's very easy to port it from one to another. And the software has actually been written. Good, that's good, Simon. The software has actually been written for iPhone, for iOS, but they need to get it through the store, through the App Store. So it has been, all the hard work has been done. There's just a few little things need altering. So just going through the comments. And what I was going to show you guys, who is interested in the Bluetooth options of the Anytone 878. Is anyone bothered about Bluetooth? So, out of the people interested in the Andrew Smith, what's your call sign, Andrew? We're just asking people that are new to the channel, new to the stream. Sign in with your call sign, name, and country. M3WUA, Stuart. Retrofit. Right, I found a solution. For the past 6 months on my Anytone 868, I have been using Bluetooth. Would anyone like to see how I have been using Bluetooth on my Anytone 868 and 878 for the, well, it's nearly a year, 6 months, a year. I've been using Bluetooth using a third-party method. Yeah, quite a bit of interest in that. So I'm just going to check a few things. So if I do that, can you see my desktop? Because that's important. So I'm looking on an iPad and I've got comments very small. It's an iPad mini. So I'm just looking at the comments. Can you see my my page, my Google, my browser, which is showing Google? Is that clear? Yep, Stuart, he said yes. I mean, this stream should be at 1080p. I did do it at 1080p. So I'm just clicking on my YouTube channel and I'm going to videos and I'm just looking. I did do a video showing a Bluetooth device that is readily available for the Baofeng UV5R, for the Anytone 868, anything with a Kenwood connector. You know, do we know what a Kenwood connector is? It's like 2, 3.5. Two 3.5 connectors. It's Chris here. Right, so can you have my quality at 480p stream? That's why it was a bit blurry. I hate to say it, but user error. You know, it's not my fault. I'm streaming it in 1080, so it sort of works out the stream quality on your internet speed. So I've made this nice and big. This is what you need. Was an auto? Yeah, it does. It automatically sets it for the resolution, for the speed of the download you're getting. So this is my video you need to look for. Luton Bluetooth earpiece for MD380 UV5R works very well. Would anyone like me to put that in the copy and paste that into the description? It comprises of 3 parts. Look, you're missing. This is the future. This is 1080p. Yeah, Andrew Smith. So this consists of 3 parts. Now, can you see my mouse pointer? I'm looking at the top right part here. Can you see my mouse pointer? Top right part. Yeah, can you see that's got a Kenwood connector on it? That goes in your radio, and it's got an on and off button. Okay, so that goes in the radio, and you switch it on. This part goes in your ear. This is a standard Bluetooth connector, a Bluetooth earpiece that comes with the kit, and it connects via Bluetooth. I like the track location on APRS. So that plugs in the radio, you switch it on. This goes in your ear, you switch it on. And them two parts pair with each other. And you will then hear anything that would normally come through the speaker, you'll hear in your earpiece. And this little part here is about the size of a Lego brick, and you press the button and you transmit and you can talk to people through the earpiece. And this thing cost me £30 in the UK. Now, I'm going to copy this video, but you've got to remember this video is what you're looking at. This is a year old, and I don't know where you would buy it from now, but I've just copied this YouTube video, the link, and I'm going to post it into the control room. And I've not been able to see any comments, so put a few more comments in there, or I'll have nothing else to talk about. So look in the comments and you will see my link for my video, and in the description on the video it will show you where you can buy it from. So this has been going for quite a while now. I'm going to close it down soon, 1 hour 20 odd. So if there's any more comments, put them in the description, and I will answer any question. I'm not in any rush to close it down, but if there's nothing else to talk about, you know, it's time to close it. So put any comments in the comments there. Andrew Smith, yes, I like to track my location on APRS. Yeah, I really don't see the fascination, but there's a lot of people that do. Emergency responders. That may be another option for my headset. Yes, well, this works with the MD380. I'm going to trust Jason with the eBay link because I've got an option to hide it. Now, you've got to be careful. Yeah, 7.3, Andy. Yeah, I've got over 200 videos. Well, there's nearly 200. If people don't subscribe, you know, you're missing out on stuff. I realise anyone watching the live stream is subscribed, but it does my head in when someone asks me something and I've covered it in a video and they've not got the information because they haven't subscribed. But yeah, they're all on eBay. It's called a Lution, Luition. If you look in the description, in the comments, you'll see my video, and in there, loads of people ask me, where do you get this from? And I bought it from Spock, you know, the cheap gadget site. So Andy Carter, great advice, Chris. Speak again real soon. Off to check your other YouTube videos. Okay, right. Any other questions, or I'm going to wind this stream up. So had some very good comments tonight. Much enjoyed the interaction with you guys. Would anyone be interested in hanging out on a talk group, having a QSO after the live stream? So really need a few more comments in the comments there, or I'm going to close it down because there's nothing else to talk about. So I don't want it to be boring. Andrew Smith, great stream, thank you. Yeah, thanks Andrew, much appreciated. So if anyone would like to join me on a talk group, I'm just going to find one that is free, because that's what we do on ham radio. We don't just go somewhere and piss people off. So I'm just going to change my camera. So how do we change the talk group on the Anytone? Well, just lining it up. So baked in to the software on the Anytone. Yep, 7.3, Stuart. That's a great idea, but yeah, I know what you mean. Well, I've been a bit idle today. I've been sleeping all day, and I'm working tomorrow at 5 a.m., but I'm not tired at all, so I'm not bothered. Got Monday off. So what I'm saying is, baked into the operating system, the software on the Anytone 868 or 878, there's a way to just type in a talk group. At the moment, I'm on talk group TAC 310. And I've programmed, can you see it on the side here? I've programmed the top button to do a 4000 command, which is disconnect. But watch this, look, it's easy.
Not linked.
Did anyone hear that? It said not linked. So I'm not linked to anything. You've got to catch it when the green light has gone off. And to change talk group, I'm just going to hold in the zero button, and it says private ID on the screen. Can everyone see that? Just checking it's visible to you guys. And if I press the bottom right, which is the hash button, I can change it to talk group ID. Is everyone seeing this on the screen? And if I type in, I'm going to tell you the talk group we're all going to go to now. Yeah, Martin, he can see that. Can everyone see it? Okay. This is a 1080p stream. So if you can't see it, it's because you're on a lower quality or auto stream. So I'm going to type in a number 2353 2353. Press transmit. I'm looking at my hotspot and I can see I'm on 2353. So let's just leave this running for a bit of fun. Who is going to be the first person to contact me on 2353? Just having a bit of fun here. Because this is a very good system. You know, we're on YouTube. Only people that are subscribed to the channel get notifications about the live stream. So you don't get any arseholes. You don't get anyone pissing you off, giving you crap. So come on. I'm looking for the first person to key up and come. Who's going to come in with the first comment on 2353? So is anyone interested in joining me for a QSO on 2353? If there's not any more comments, I'm going to close the stream. It's been about an hour and a half now, so it is getting a bit, could be getting a bit boring. So anyway, join me on 2353. Talk group 2353 on Brandmeister. Yeah, well, you need your hotspot with you, mate, all the time, Andy. You know, if you're on a local repeater, Andy. Yeah, Simon Templar. Wish there was a single standard for handy-talkie antennas. Well, I have done extensive testing. Trust me. Would anyone like to see my box full of aerials I've got? There's about 20 aerials in there. And would anyone like to know what I think is the best antenna? I mean, we're talking rubber ducks, obviously. But for handhelds, would anyone like to see my box of aerials? There must be 20 aerials in there. And I can give my opinions on them. And he said yes. Now, on my MD380 and my, what was it, Alliance HD1, did anyone see my 145-mile contact I got across the sea, not using internet, on DMR? Did anyone, first of all, did anyone see my contact? I got across the water, I'm not bragging. I'm telling you guys that it's possible. Switch your hotspots off and get across, get DX in, because you can do it. You can do it on digital. Did anyone see, just give me a yes or a no, did anyone see my long distance contact across the water? 145 miles. Yeah, hi Ray, K5UZZ, thank you for calling in with your name, call sign and location. That's what Andy Carter, yeah, Andrew Smith. So I'm gonna play it in a minute. Martin, see, that's what happens when you're not subscribed. You miss out on important stuff. So I'm going to show you. Would anyone like to see the? I'll put a link in the description. I don't know. I'll try and play the audio. If I'm just experimenting with this system. If I sound too loud or too quiet, I'm going to play the video from YouTube. If I sound too loud or too quiet, or it's terrible, please tell me, because I'm still learning, sharing my Windows desktop. So Alt and 2. Yeah, thanks, Andrew. It was phenomenal. It really was. I'm not playing this to brag. I'm very proud of it, but I'd like other people to try. Turn off your hotspots. You can do a lot on DMR. Yeah, I saw that, Doug. Swapping the knobs over. Yeah, I've got 380s. It's a very good point. Right, so I'm looking on a tiny iPad, so I'm relying on you guys in the comments. Got to make it nice and clear for me to see. I'm just scrolling back a few. Can you read the writing on the screen? Right, I don't know how the audio is going to work. So, are we ready? I'm going to play a YouTube video on my PC, and you'll be hearing the audio through my PC through a microphone. So, give me a score on the, because if it's terrible, I'll cancel it. Give me a score out of 1 to 10 on on the audio. If it's 1, it's terrible. If it's 10, it's perfect. So if I get loads of low numbers, I'll cancel it. So give me a score on the audio. I know the video will be all right. So I'm just going to play this video. This is me. I was on the east coast of England. Skip the advert. So this is me. I was on the east coast of England, near Great Yarmouth, near to Lowestoft, and I had an Alliance HD1 with a rubber duck, and someone had given me a code plug. This took a lot of research. I got hold of a code plug in the USA. Sorry, I was looking at a comment on the comments. I got a Netherlands code plug which had 300 repeaters in, and what you don't see in the video is me trying hundreds of repeaters and it not working. But I got a contact. I got it to open a repeater on half a dozen of them. And anyway, I'll press play and you'll see what's going on. But please give me an audio report while the video is playing, because I need to know that you can hear it. So I'm going to hit play and tell me if you can hear it okay. So give me a score of 1 to 10 on the audio. Even opening these repeaters indoors, incredible. So there's no audio at the moment. I'm talking over the video, so can you hear me, yes or no? So can you hear my voice over the video? So I'm still learning how to use this. So I've just pressed pause and it's given me an 8 out of 10. Do we need it louder or quieter? Give me an 8. Give me a number out of 10. 1 is rubbish. 10 is good. Do we need it louder or quieter? Right, hi everyone. This is Chris 2E0 UKH struggling to focus here. I'm standing up on the cliff tops on the east coast of England, near a place called Lowestoft, and I'm near this Coast Guard station. So give me a report. Is it clear? Can you hear every word? You might see a few lights. And I've got my Alliance HD1 radio, and I've got programmed in every single repeater in the Netherlands. Thanks, Ray. And I'm opening FM and DMR repeaters in the Netherlands. So it's about midnight here. This is 145-mile contact. Seeing which ones I can open. Not using a hotspot. It's about midnight here in the UK, and in the Netherlands it's 1 o'clock, so there'll be no one on. But these DMR repeaters, if I key up and I cannot open it on DMR, it will say repeater fail. If I open it on FM. So I'm taking it the audio's okay, yeah? We got the thumbs up, everything okay on the audio? Give me a yes or no. Audio okay or not? And we'll hear a beep back. So I'm just going to go through as many as I can. Right, this would be very good. This is an echo test. This is an echo test on PI7 UTR. I'm standing up on the east coast of England. My voice, my transmission is going across the water. I'm standing by the sea. Look, there's the pier there in Great Yarmouth. It's midnight here, 1 o'clock in Netherlands. I'm going to see if I can get an echo test across the water. 2E0 UKH, 2E0 UKH. I'm just checking what my audio sounds like going 150 miles across the water and back over RF. I have no hotspot. Two E0 UKH, 2E0 UKH. I'm just checking what my audio sounds like going 150 miles across the water and back over RF. I have no hotspot. So this was me with a hotspot, sorry, without a hotspot. This was me on a handheld, an Alliance HD1 on a handheld on the cliff tops, 145 miles away from the Netherlands, from Utrecht. And I got hold of a code plug from the Netherlands, and I had 300 channels programmed in. And what you didn't see, I was going through all these repeaters trying to get in, and I'll be doing these experiments this year in a 2 or 3 months time, doing it all over again with beams. This was with a handheld and a rubber duck and 10 watts. So I'll just press play on the video. Fuck's sake, that is awesome. Right, I'm stopping the video there before it's damaged or corrupted if someone contacts me. Amazing. Holy crap. So continue to put the comments in the description, because I'm watching the comments, checking the audio levels. I mean, I think it's incredible. I just love doing it. Every time I go on holiday to this, I go to the same place every year. And I've done it on FM, I've done it on DMR, and I'm going to try it on Fusion this year with a beam. This was on a handheld. But my signal is getting across the water 150 miles. Not opening it now. So everything okay on the stream, because I can't see, because I'm using my PC to play it to you. If I heard my voice come back, that'd be totally incredible. Oh, I'm opening it, flipping it, that's good. I do get a contact into Germany in a minute. It's worth watching. 2E0 UKH, 2E0 UKH, doing an echo test on a Netherlands DMR repeater from the UK. Everything okay still, Andy? Video and audio okay, Andy and Ray and Andrew? Yeah, thanks, Andrew. Much appreciate that. You know, internet can fail. And I do show in the video when it fails. 2E0 UKH doing an echo test across the water on DMR. 2E0 UKH. You know, I do show it when it fails. I don't just cut out the bad bits. God, that would have been good. An echo test across the water. Now stand by and you'll see me get a contact. 2E0 UKH echo test. See, that failed. Lots of them failed. That would have been totally awesome. So in a minute you'll see I'll get a contact into Germany. 2 APD. This is FM. It will go red even if I'm not opening it. This is FM. So that's an FM repeater. This is the one. UTR. This is the one. Watch this one. This is Netherlands DMR repeater. 2E0 UKH. 2E0 UKH. Very long distance contact across the water over RF on DMR. Very, very good conditions tonight. Anyone receiving me, please? This was about midnight.
Uniform Kilo Hotel. This is the Papa Delta 5 Romeo Foxtrot X-ray. I'm receiving you, but I'm driving in Hamburg. I'm operating with a hotspot, but I believe you will have a long distance to the repeater in the Netherlands, QSL.
Yes, this will be on YouTube. Just warning you, this will be on YouTube. This is quite A lot of people say there's a 100-mile limit on DMR. I'm standing up on the cliff tops in England, near Great Yarmouth, Lowestoft, and I've got no hotspot with me. I'm on a handheld with a rubber duck, and it's about a 150-mile trip from these cliff tops over to PI7 UTR. My call sign 2 Echo 0 Uniform Kilo Hotel. 2 Echo 0 Uniform Kilo Hotel. UK Ham. If you look it up, you'll see this video over the next few days. Back to you. So this was actually a world record. A lot of people on DMR say you've got 100 because of the tier 2, you know, time slot issue and the formula, the speed of light. They say you've got 100-mile range, but I've proved the experts wrong. I've got 145 mile. This was a world record on DMR. Does anyone want to see the rest of it? I don't want to bore anyone. This was my best. You know, I spoke to Kansas the other week on 17 meters. You know, and that is rubbish in comparison. This was a world record on a handheld and on DMR. I don't want to bore anyone. Does anyone want to see the rest of this? Yeah, good old Ray wants to see it. I just hope the audio's good.
Okay, Chris. Yeah, that's very good indeed. I will write a call sign down and watch the video on YouTube. I'm looking forward to. UTR is in the center part of the Netherlands, and yeah, it's possible. I do not know what the exact distance is from.
Yeah, thanks, Ray. Appreciate that.
UTR. But there are some conditions in that with the rubber duck is very, very cool indeed. Okay, name of the site is Alpha Lima Echo.
So that was the contact. You know, I don't want to bore you too much with it going on and on about it. But so that was the good contact I got on DMR. Wasn't that incredible? 145 miles. I was so proud of that. I'm just going to go back a few videos because, believe it or not, I've got hundreds of videos doing this sort of thing. This is me doing it 2 years ago. I was in the same location 2 years ago. I got doing an experiment with DMR. I'm in near Yarmouth, near Great Yarmouth area, and point the camera out that way, Harry. We're just standing up on the cliff tops. This is a different video. Is the audio okay? Just standing up on the cliff tops, and I'm doing an experiment. I programmed my radio, you know, while I'm here on the fly. I've programmed in a DMR repeater in where is it? It's near Amsterdam, in that sort of area. It's PI2 UTR, I think. I'll put it in the description. PI1 UTR, something like that. And I programmed it in the radio, and I'm actually open. Have you not seen me, Andy, on the start of the video, being an idiot? Point it at the screen. I've actually programmed it in on the titles. And if I key up, I'm opening the repeater. This is using radio, and it's about 200 or 300 miles. Opening a DMR repeater in Amsterdam. So just doing some experiments. So I'm just on the radio. I'm on the rubber duck. It's just 4 watts, and you point it at the radio. That's okay. People forward the titles. I totally understand. I'm just going to put a call out. PI1 UTR, that's the repeater. This is on an MD380. Right, I've got a contact waiting for me. 2E0 UKH, 2E0 UKH. Listening for any calls on PI1 UTR repeater.
Yeah, very good evening, Chris. This is Papa Delta 9 from Golf. Very good evening. Your signal is not very strong into the repeater. I can hear some words, but yeah, I think
let's try and walk and get it clearer.
is...
So this was on 4 watts. This was on 4. I've got no reason to lie about it. You know, I'm a real enthusiast. I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I push these things to the limits, and I've got no reason to lie about it. You know, you can't see on the screen, but you could on the HD1. This is using 4 watts across the water. Now, I knew this was possible. There's not much, it breaks up on the QSO after this one, but if I go back a few more years back through the videos, right, this, would anyone like to see an FM contact I got with a Chinese FM radio? No, it's not a UV5R, but it could have been. This is a Woshan UVD1P. I got a simplex contact, Ray. I got a simplex contact across the water on 4 watts on a on an what is it? A UVD1P, the Woshan. And this is simplex. This is not on a repeater. This is a simplex frequency. We're both on the same frequency to frequency. So would anyone like to watch this? Because I really don't want to bore everyone to death with it. And if it's too loud or too quiet, put it in the comments. Okay, this is 2 Echo Zero, Uniform Kilo Hotel, East Coast of England, standing up on the cliff tops, putting out a call to Papa Delta, something Tango Kilo. Go ahead, Patrick. Look at the frequency.
Yeah, okay, Roger, 2 Echo Zero, Uniform Kilo Hotels, Papa Delta 2 Tango Kilo. The only one that I can hear on this moment is you. The only one that I can hear on this moment is you.
Look at the frequency.
I don't hear any other stations on this side.
It's the same frequency that I'm transmitting on.
Super Radio 5, and I am in this QSO, and must be a good 200 or 300 miles on 70 cents with 4 watts on my handheld. So very pleased with that, Patrick. Back to you.
Yeah, I'm also very pleased to hear that you can hear me directly there on the west coast of England, over there, standing on some cliffs. And
so this is an FM contact on 4 watts with a Nagoya 771. So, you know, it doesn't go on for much longer. I don't want to bore you, but that's what you can do on a handheld if you're in the right place at the right time. And would anyone like to know how I did this? Because there is a secret to this. There is a secret bit of information. You know, this is 145, 200 miles across the water. This is on FM. This is not on digital. It's not with, you can see the type of radio. It's an FM radio. There is a secret to how I did this. And I'm going to reveal, if anyone will be interested, I will reveal how I did this. Because it took a lot of planning. First of all, you have to get, step 1 is you have to get, whether it's an FM radio or a DMR or D-Star, you have to get the channel information. You need to know where there's people the other side of the water listening. And what I did was, in advance of this contact, by the way, I've got 50 contacts on this channel doing the same thing. If you go back 2 or 3 years, you'll see this. What I did was, I made a friend on Facebook Messenger. So I've got a contact in the Netherlands called Beau, Beau, and he was listening for me. So I'm going to minimize this. Well, I'm going to change it actually. I'm going to go to Google, do a search, and this is the key information. There's 2 or 3 steps to this. You have to have the right frequencies in place on your radio, or there's going to be no one there. Step 2, you have to check the conditions. So I go to dxinfocenter.com. dxinfocenter.com. So is anyone familiar with this website? This tells you, this is William Hepburn. William Hepburn's, I'm just highlighting it at the top in the middle. William Hepburn does the DX Info Center website. Can everyone see this website okay? And then I'll show you how I did it. I had the channels programmed in on the radio. Can everyone see this? Yeah, Andy can see it. I had the channels in on the radio, whether it's FM or DMR or D-Star or Fusion, it doesn't matter. You have to have the channels in. I went to this website, and if you click on the map and select your region, I selected Europe. I selected Europe. I'm in the UK, so Europe will do. And it brings up a map of the world or the region you've selected. And at the top it says it's Saturday here in the UK. It's actually Sunday because it's just gone past midnight, but it's not refreshed. But it's got the time here. I can't. Just at the top it says 1800, 6 o'clock for Saturday. And if I click the map, can everyone see this at the top? 6 o'clock Saturday. Can you read that text at the top there? If I click on the map, Andy, can you see that okay, the text? If I click on the map with the mouse button, it cycles through the different... Yeah, Andy, Martin, thanks. Yes. It cycled, look, 9 o'clock Sunday, 12 o'clock Sunday, that's tomorrow. And what I'm looking for is an area of green. Look in the bottom right, green and yellow. I'm in the UK, so I'm looking for an area of green or yellow or red. Red is I've never seen red. And I'm just going through the days. This is Thursday. Yeah, there's not much that. So I'm just clicking on the map in the middle, and it's showing the areas in the world that have tropospheric conditions. And it coincided with my visit. So, I mean, that's the best I can do. So on Monday, April the 8th, I can see there's a little bit of conditions up in the northeast. And if I was going there on holiday, that would be better conditions. Anyway, I hope that's been useful. I hope it hasn't been boring, waffling on. But that is my secret. First of all, I got the radio programmed up before I went, whether it was FM or DMR. Secondly, I got someone listening the other side. Yeah, thanks, Andy. I've got someone listening the other side. And thirdly, yeah, thanks, Andrew Smith. And thirdly, I got the I followed the tropospheric conditions. So I'll just put a link to that in the comments. dxinfocenter.com. So I'm going to wind this stream up. I don't want it to be too boring. Got quite a lot of people watching at the moment. 7 thumbs up. Many thanks to the people that put a super chat in the description, in the comments, and did a what do you call it? A super chat, made a donation to the channel. Many thanks. Yeah, bed's calling. Yeah, same this way. It's 1 o'clock. I've got to be up at R5. So anyway, 7-3. I hope that was useful. And you can follow my adventures this year in the first 1 or 2 weeks in July. I will be doing this. I do it the same every year. I try and get these contacts across the water. You know, it's an illness. I have to do it every year. As soon as I get there, before I even sign into the holiday place, I go up on these cliff tops and I have to try and get some contacts. So follow my adventures, you know, analog and digital adventures up on the cliff tops. So I'll just leave the comments open for a few minutes, so you can put your comments in there and say 7-3, sign out. So right, 7-3. This is Chris in the UK, just monitoring the comments, and then I'm going to close the stream. Back to standby. Yep, 7-3 Andy. 7-3 Martin. Still learning how to use this software. Andrew Smith. Yep, 7-3 Andrew. Keep watching the channel. I'll call you if I see you on. I'll give you a call. We'll email you soon. No hurry. Yeah, no worries, Doug. Thanks for watching. I get all your emails. So anyway, it's getting pretty late. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And Spider, thanks Chris, enjoyed the video. Yeah, thanks a lot, Spider. Thanks for calling in again and joining us. You know, these videos, these live streams, they don't get a huge amount in the stream. You know, I think the most I've seen is 50 or 100 people watching live, but when I post the video, because at the end of it, it gives me the option to post it. And as long as there's no arseholes or anyone that's ruined it, I'll post it. And, you know, they get several thousand views. You know, it quite surprises me. Just waffling on about radios and, you know, mundane stuff. It gets quite a lot of interest. So, anyway, 7-3. My bed is calling as well. I've got to be up early. So, right, 2E0 UKH. Back to standby. 7-3. Cheers. Just posted the link to the dxinfocenter.com. If anyone wants to copy that quickly, I'll close the live stream in about 30 seconds. Yeah, don't worry, I'm not on fire. I've got I'm vaping here. Right, 7-3. I'm going now.